Today we're going to be multiplying polynomials and complex numbers. So we're going to begin with multiplying polynomials. So for example, say we have 4x plus 1 times x minus 3. The first thing you want to do is multiply each term in the first polynomial with every term in the second polynomial. So for example, you're going to be taking 4x times x, and then 4x times negative 3, 1 times x, and 1 times negative 3. So once you multiply that out, this is what you get. And then once you do that, you want to combine like terms. So the combined terms, or the terms that we have to combine, are the ones that are circled here. So upon combining those, we get 4x squared minus 11x minus 3. And that is your final answer. Okay, here's another example. It's a longer problem. But the first thing we're going to do is exactly the same. We're going to multiply every term in that first polynomial with every term in the second. So the 2x squared times negative 4x squared, and then 2x squared times x, and then we'll multiply it with 7. And then we move on to the negative 6x. We're going to multiply that with the negative 4x squared, the x, and the 7 as well. And then if you notice, there's still one more term left in that first polynomial, that 1 there. We're going to do the same thing with the 1. So 1 times negative 4x squared, 1 times x, 1 times 7. So when we multiply all of that out, this is what you get. I've color-coded it so you can check your work easily. But once we have this, we want to combine the like terms. So some of them have like terms, some of them do not, like the 8x to the 4th. There are no other x to the 4th to combine it with. But for the 2x cubed, there is another x cubed. So once you combine everything, this is what your answer will look like. Negative 8x to the 4th plus 26x cubed plus 4x squared minus 41x plus 7. Okay, multiplying complex numbers, so those numbers that have the I in it, it's very similar, but it just has one extra step. And the thing that you have to remember is that I squared equals negative 1. Okay, the other day we talked about how I equals the square root of negative 1. Well, I squared equals negative 1. And this is very, very important. Do not forget this. I squared equals negative 1. So anytime we multiply complex numbers and we come up with an I squared, you're going to replace it with negative 1. We don't want I squared to be anywhere in our answer. So here's our example. 3 plus 4i times 2 minus 2i. So just like multiplying polynomials, you're going to start with the 3 and multiply it with 2 and the minus 2i. And then do the same thing with the 4i. So when you multiply it, this is what you get. And again, it's color-coded for you to check your work. And if you notice, at the very end there's an I squared. Okay, we're going to replace that with a negative 1. So when you replace it with a negative 1, looks like this. The I squared isn't there at all. And then we're going to want to simplify. So first thing you do is simplify the negative 8 times negative 1 to get a positive 8. And then from there you can combine the like terms. So 6 plus 8 is 14, and then negative 6i plus 8i is 2i. And that is how you would write your answer. You always want the term with the I to be last. So 14 plus 2i. Okay, so I want you guys to try these two examples on your own, and I will give you the answers in class tomorrow. If you have any questions, make sure you write them down, and we can talk about them tomorrow.